and shall receive the reward of unrighteousness, as they that commit it pleasure to riot in the daytime. Spots they are and blemishes, sporting themselves with their own deceivings while they feast with you. 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 13. In verses 13 and 14, we see in the description of the apostates the utter corruption of the human heart. When a man thinks wrong, he is going to act wrong. You just cannot escape that fact. There is a great many people who say, "This is my life. I can live it as I please." It is well known that we have men today in government who are definitely immoral. They have affairs with women who are not their wives. We know that most of them drink, and many of them drink to excess. They say, "This is my business. My private life is my business." My friend, your private lives are not their business if they are. My friend, their private lives are not their business if they are representing this government and representing my country. If they want to lead that kind of life, they ought to get out of government, because they are hurting their country and they are hurting us. We want men in government who are sober, men who are honest, men who are moral men. This is what is desperately needed today. Verse 14, having eyes full of adultery, and that cannot cease from sin, beguiling what? Unstable souls and heart they have exercised with covetous practices. Cursed children. 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 14. This is harsh language that Peter uses here in speaking of false teachers. They are guilty of all of these immoral excesses, and don't kid yourself that God does not tend to judge them someday. Verse 15, which have forsaken the right way and have gone astray, following the way of Balaam and the son of Bozer, who loved the wages of unrighteousness. 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 15. Balaam is mentioned three times in the closing books of the New Testament. In 2 Peter, in the way of Balaam, in Jude, it is the error of Balaam, and it is the doctrine of Balaam in the book of Revelations. Each one is different. What is the way of Balaam? Peter says he is the son of Bozer, who loved the wages of unrighteousness. Balaam knew that he should not go and prophesy against Israel, but he loved the price that was being offered to him. Therefore, the way of Balaam is the covetousness of one who does religious work for personal profit. Verse 16, but was rebuked for his iniquity. The dumb ass speaking was with man's voice forbade the madness of the prophet. 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 16. Peter says that Balaam was mad to go, and that the jackass he was riding spake to him. Some wag has said that in the old days it was a miracle when a jackass spoke, and now in our day is a miracle when one of them keeps quiet. This jackass spoke to Balaam and rebuked him because of his covetousness. My friend, I believe that you can judge the religious racketeer by his standard of living. A friend of mine heard me make a statement that people should check up on our radio broadcasters and see what kind of homes they live in and what cars they drive. He thought was wrong to have made a statement like that, but he decided to check up on one man. He found that man living in a very costly home with two Cadillacs parked in front and an expensive swimming pool behind it. Reminds me of a tenant I had that said that she couldn't pay rent, couldn't pay the mortgage payment on her home and lost it and she had a Cadillac sitting in the driveway, and a $2,500 couch in the living room. Okay, whatever. My friend had also heard about certain other excesses in that friend's life, and so he decided that he was supporting the wrong broadcaster, the way of Balaam, covetousness. This is one of the ways a false religious teacher can be identified. The God will judge him for it.